Good morning, Incarnate Word. Happy Friday to all of you. It's a pretty nice day out there.
It's very nice.
It's a very nice day out there.
Mm-hmm.
Finally getting some good weather.
Yeah.
We have a lot to go over today.
2 pages.
2 whole pages worth of stuff for us to tell you about what's going on here at the parish. So let's dive right in. That Man Is You starts tomorrow. That would be Saturday, September 10th. The bulletin has more details, but it starts at 6:30 in the morning in Bollinger Hall, Lower Church Hall. Hope that we can get a lot of men from our parish, especially some of our younger dads, to come on out and just grow in fellowship, in faith, and in grace to be able to lead your families in faith. So
yeah, and it's open to any man 18 or older.
Yeah.
So know that you might not be married yet, you might not be a dad yet.
Yeah.
You can still learn what our faith has to teach men. Specifically, so invite all of you to think about that.
Yeah, always a very good program we offer here at Incarnate.
Mm-hmm. We'll also bless expectant parents after the masses this weekend, and there's always a medal to St. Gerard for a safe pregnancy and safe delivery. So if you or a family member or friend is expecting, you're welcome to take one of those medals and give it to them after any of the masses this weekend.
Yeah. We are also doing another Bible study on the book of Psalms, a very important book. It's a book that we read from pretty much at every Mass. It's probably the most common book that we hear in our liturgy. So there's a Bible study on the book of Psalms, and it will start up this coming week, beginning Wednesdays, 9:30 to 11 a.m., or Thursdays from 6:30 to 8. Registration and all the details are available on the parish website. Are they going to be in the Lower Church Hall for that, or where are they going to be meeting?
I think they're in the conference room.
In the conference room, okay, up there. So, all that information is available on the parish website, but just know Wednesdays from 9:30 to 11 and Thursdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. starting this coming week.
And then our RCIA class, we have quite a few people that have inquired. These are... if you maybe were baptized Catholic but not really raised Catholic, if you were baptized in another Christian faith or have never received baptism, any of these situations would apply to you. So we're still welcoming people if you are thinking about it, but that will start next Sunday, the 18th, in the Teacher's Lounge of school. So pray for those that are kind of considering joining the Catholic faith. And if you know someone or want to invite someone, please feel free to do so. Have them reach out to us here at the parish.
Yeah, I would say this. We all know people who have thought about maybe joining the Catholic faith, or who were baptized Catholic but no longer practice anymore, or even as a spouse or another family member who might even come to Mass here at Incarnate but aren't Catholic. This is a great opportunity to invite them to be members of our family of faith, to be fully united with us in belief in God and the Holy Catholic Church. It's just a really, really great opportunity for us to evangelize to others. So I would just really encourage you, if you know someone, and I know that you do, ask them, invite them. You never know what might happen and the good that God can do through them. So, that's maybe my plug on that.
Perfect.
We've got a few social events kind of coming up this fall to maybe put on the calendar. The first of which is Wordstock. That is coming back once again. That'll be Saturday, September 24th. We'll have free music and food out here on the back parking lot where our kids are currently running around, making a lot of beautiful noise, some holy noise, as I like to say. So Saturday, September 24th. That's Wordstock. Adam Bitter will be playing music with... Is it his band or what other?
Yeah, Kevin Stanley.
Yeah, Kevin Stanley.
Nick Colandro. There's kind of like 3 different musical groups. They work great together.
Yeah. And then one social event that I really don't do,
and that starts after the 5 p.m. Mass.
After the 5 p.m. Mass, yes.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock onward.
Field.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Bring the family. It'll be a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And one other social event that I probably should do more of or don't do right now would be Running Club. They are going to meet this Saturday morning at the Creve Coeur Lake House. So now my Creve Coeur Lake?
Yeah, yes. That like cafe thing. So we're I know there's a number of little groups that informally meet. This is, at least right now, not trying to better your lap times or prepare you for a marathon. But I think what we'll do is we'll have like maybe a 2 or 3 mile group at a slower pace, and then we'll have a 4 or 5 mile group at a little bit faster pace. We'll try that. I'll be running as well. Father Schneider may join us at a later time. But it'll just more as a way to do something active together. So feel free to join us tomorrow at 7. We will have that and see how that goes, and then talk about how to do that in the future. So 7 a.m. tomorrow at the Creve Coeur Lake House.
And then we have the Moms Club.
I don't know anything about it.
I don't know.
But there is, I think there is more information at the parish office.
At the parish office,
Andy
yeah.
and Stacy
Andy, we get lists of things here that we're told to read. Much like a newsman with a teleprompter, I guess. But the Moms Club. Call about the Moms Club.
If you're a mom.
If you're a mom, and there should be information here for you.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Well, you can only share what you have.
I can only share what I know.
Can't get what you do not have.
It exists. Call if you are interested in hanging out with other moms.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have some service opportunities coming up. Archdiocesan Stewardship Week is hosting a market of ministries with free food after the 5, 8:45, and 10:30 a.m. masses on October 1st and 2nd. You can come and meet fellow parishioners and learn how you can support the IW community through works of service.
Yeah, and we tried to make it a little bit fun, so it'll be kind of almost like think of it as a little, not obstacle course, but sort of learning.
Scavenger hunt?
Yeah, scavenger hunt through the rectory. So it'll start like in the garage, and you'll weave your way through and then be rewarded with food. But the more important thing is we really need the next wave of volunteers, leaders here in the community. Many of our ministries are being led by the same people that led them when their kids were in school. Yeah. So I would just kind of make this appeal to, especially to our younger parishioners and families, that part of what makes Incarnate Word great is that people step up and say, hey, I'm going to share my gifts and time with the parish, and we really need that next generation of leaders to move our ministries into the future. And we're kind of looking at this, once again, I know you're probably sick of hearing about it, but the All Things New is kind of saying, how can we be more effective as a church here in St. Louis? But Incarnate Word has to look at that too and say, who are our leaders, and maybe what are ways we need to adapt and change and revise. You all help us do that. So this ministry fair or market is kind of a step in that direction of saying, here's what we offer. And maybe you look at that and say, that's great, but I think you actually need to offer this instead. We need to hear that feedback, but we also need you to help us do that.
Yeah. So that'll be, again, October 1st and 2nd after the 5 p.m., 8:45 and 10:30 a.m. masses.
Mm-hmm. And we'll reward you with food.
Yeah, we will reward you with food, which seems to be a common reward.
It is.
Here at Incarnate, which is, there are worse rewards to be had.
People need to eat.
People do need to eat. That's a fact. And then we also have an evening, or a forum at least, on understanding grief with a woman by the name of Dr. Sue Harvath, who was a psychologist at the seminary. We know her quite well. She's a wonderful, wonderful Catholic psychologist and counselor. Just a forum on understanding grief, what it is, and how we can sort of grow and be able to grieve well. There is such a thing as grieving well and grieving with Christ, who experienced grief himself in this world. He wept at the grave of his friend Lazarus. So it's a free event, and that'll be on Thursday, September 29th from 7 to 8 p.m. It's free, but registration is requested online. So again, that's Thursday, September 29th from 7 to 8 p.m. with Dr. Sue Harvath on understanding grief.
Yeah, and without sounding like Charlie Brown, I'd say good grief. There's good grief.
There is such a thing as good grief, yes.
And Dr. Harvath taught both of us. She did the best she could. But she is really just a gift to the Archdiocese, because I would say hundreds of priests have been sort of formed by her in learning empathy and walking with people, not just in grief, but even just in the transitions of life that happen before that point, the ultimate transition. So, anything, I'm going to be there. I always look forward to hearing her speak. But
Dr. Harvath's amazing.
Yeah, so I would just, if you just want to learn a little bit more about the human condition and how to handle it gracefully, she is worth listening to. Yeah.
And then the last, at least as far as events are concerned, coming up this fall, another big thing to put on the calendar is going to be Saturday, October 15th. That is when we are going to kind of start up or launch our marriage ministry here at Incarnate. And we're doing it with a really cool event we're calling IW Date Night. And what is IW Date Night? Well, all married and engaged couples are invited to attend. It's a catered dinner and cocktails to celebrate your marriage. This is a night to give thanks and celebrate the vocation of married life. Simple as that. This is just, it's a celebration, really, of that wonderful vocation. And so we're inviting all of our married and engaged couples to come on Saturday, October 15th for IW Date Night. It's going to be in the gym. It's going to be transformed, I'm told. I don't know if it'll be like auction level, but fairly close. It's going to be a really, really great evening. Catered dinner and cocktails. Tickets will soon be available on the parish website, and we hope you can come just as a way to really give thanks for this wonderful vocation and to help strengthen our marriages, because Lord knows, our marriages in our parish need strengthening, and strong marriages and strong families really help build up the church and society at large.
Yeah, and we're not, it's important to reiterate, we're not selling anything at this dinner. It's not and not accomplishing anything other than to provide a nice night out for you, and also to just be around other couples who have the same values and are trying to accomplish the same thing, which is to build a strong family and a strong marriage. So we will be there as well, not with our significant others or anything. No surprises.
If you consider
the church,
collectively the church to be our significant
we'll be
others, then we will be there with our significant other. But we'll be there. You have no bigger cheerleaders for your marriage and holiness than your priests. So 2 thumbs way up on that. It should be a really, really awesome night.
It will be. Yep.
Yeah, it's exciting. So
great.
All right. We only, as far as any other personal milestones or events, the only thing we have to report is one death. Jack Schaefer, the uncle of Gene Bollinger. So we pray for him and for Gene's family as well, in their mourning and in their grief. That's as far as all the events and
what we got coming up,
comings and goings. All right, preaching this weekend.
I am off this weekend.
You're off this weekend. Well, I guess I'm on the clock here. I'm talking about, the gospel is the prodigal son. One of the most famous gospels in the entire Bible. And I'm going to be talking about the older son a little bit, and using a story from C.S. Lewis's book, The Great Divorce. Talking about really how God's love and a relationship with him is not something that's merited. It's not something that can be bought. It's not an exchange of goods and services. It is literally us begging for mercy and our Father's compassion and charity. It's sort of when we give ourselves away and throw ourselves aside and realize that we are nothing without him, that we can truly live and truly be free. So I'm going to kind of talk about that a little bit. There's a really interesting story and an exchange in that book, The Great Divorce, which if you haven't read it, you should. It's awesome. But that really has a lot of parallels with the older son, just what we're called to do, so that we can be truly God's sons and daughters and receive what God wants us to receive from him.
Yeah, sort of related to us wandering. I saw someone sent me it's almost like not a meme, but like one of those little short videos. And it shows this sheep that's caught in a ditch or in a trench, and the shepherd pulls it out, and it jumps up for joy and jumps right back into the ditch.
Of course, yeah.
And it's kind of a good analogy for us. It's God is so patient that he rescues us, pulls us out, and we're like, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go back into the thorns.
Yeah. So the prodigal son does remind us of God's patience.
Yes.
And hopefully eventually we come to our senses like he does.
Yeah. So that's what you have to look forward to this weekend, folks. We look forward to being with you. Nothing else.
We're settling into kind of a school routine.
Yep, school masses have restarted this week. It's great to see our school children back in church and worshiping God and gathered together at the altar.
PSR starts on Monday.
PSR starts on Monday too. So just a lot of good things going on. So
great. Well, have a wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. God bless.